Make the ground shake.
Hello YouTube, this is My Hero Academia episode 10 review, and this episode, I liked it. It was pretty good, just like the other episodes have been, but I feel like the pacing, this episode, we didn't get that much, because basically to me, all we got to see Aizawa in action. Let me just say, he's a savage in action. Like, the first thing, like, when I saw him, he just went in there, just started erasing all those villains' quirks, started beating the crap out of all of them. I was like, yeah, he's a savage. He is a savage, and I feel like that was really cool. Now, I feel like there's only 3 villains that are actually really strong and that are going to actually be a threat, and we can already tell who those are. Obviously, it's the 2 dudes standing up front, and it's that, like, shadow guy. Like, I'd say the worst one would probably be the guy with the hand over his face, and the second worst one being, like, the shadow dude, although he's already got, like, split up, into, or put into, like, that black hole that 13 has. So maybe it's the other guy who's buff and stuff, maybe he's the strongest, but I definitely think they're the only ones who are a real threat. I think the rest of the villains are just kind of like minor villains that the students can take down, and it's been obviously shown in this episode, but the reason why I said there wasn't a lot of pacing is because I didn't feel like that we got to see a lot of the other, like, students fight besides Deku and I believe her name's Tusu and that one guy, which I don't know his name right now, but he basically, at first I was like, why is he in the hero, like, why is he in UA? But I realized that later at the end of that episode we find out that his quirk was actually used for something useful. It stuck all the enemies together after Deku used his quirk to make that big ripple in the water, and basically 2 of his fingers are gone now, but at least he didn't use his whole arm, which we already knew he could do that, so, you know, that's good, and I just hope he gets more development. I hope we get to see more development with his quirk by the time of the end of this anime season. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to see more of his quirk, and I want to see him, like, master it more. I know he's not going to master it all the way, but I want to see him, you know, get some stuff down. And one thing that I liked that Aizawa mentioned was, he said a hero, he has to have more than one thing he can use, because when Deku said, like, you can't beat all of them just erasing their quirk, he was like, yeah, I got something else. A hero always has to have something else. So I thought that was cool how he said that. Now, this episode, I felt like the animation was great. As always, you're always going to hear me say that. Another thing you're always going to hear me say is that opening, ending, greatness. This anime has just been so good. I say this every time, and you're probably going to hear it for the next 3 reviews. It's either episode 12 or 13 the anime ends, but you're going to hear this for the next 2 or 3 reviews. So just, you know, get used to it if you're not already used to it. And yeah, this episode, it was pretty good. You know, I like the action we got. You know, we did get to see a little bit of the other students fighting, but not as much as we get to see Deku and the Tusu and that one guy. Well, I take that back. We did get to see some of Lydia with 13 and them, so we did get to see a little bit of that. But honestly, I feel like this was mostly set up, and we're waiting for people from UA to get there. But first of all, Lydia has to sound the alarm, or whoever else gets to it. But I think it'll be Lydia who sets the alarm. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. It's looking good. Now, I believe All Might's going to show up, and maybe some hype things are going to happen, and yeah, I mean, I just believe the next few episodes are going to be really hype, and people are going to be just jumping everywhere, and, you know, just shouting and everything, getting hype and stuff. And one thing I do want to mention is this anime is helping the manga sales. If you guys do not know, the manga sales have dropped out for the half of the year, like showing the status, and My Hero is at number 10. And that is great, especially since the anime's just been out. Like, it just came out 10 weeks ago, because this is episode 10, and this is good. So hopefully we will get a higher rank at the end of your rankings, and hopefully this anime, like I said, it'll be hype at the end, so we can get the manga sales up, and maybe number 5, or maybe even beating One Piece. Now, that's just like a off their dream. I don't think it'll be One Piece. I love One Piece, but it's just like I want something to beat One Piece, you know. Hopefully it's My Hero, because that seems to be what's amazing right now. That or Attack on Titan or One Punch Man. I'm not even gonna go into the rest of the series that I want to, beat One Piece just once. But yeah, I'm not gonna say more because I know people might get mad at me for saying I want something to beat One Piece in sales, but I just do. So, anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this review. This episode was a 6 or 7 out of 10. It was a pretty good episode. I feel like we didn't get a lot of pacing, but the animation, opening, always great, as I've mentioned. So 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 for this episode. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed my review and watching the episode. Tell me what you thought of the episode in the comment below, please. And yeah, subscribe. Anyways, guys, have a nice day. All you My Hero fans out there, I am out.